And perfect segue into the formation aspect of it, right? Because access is just entry, right? The formation is the real meat and like bread and butter of everything, right? It's the journey to get to and fulfill your mission, right? And that is what we're really focused in on, right? So access again is kind of our wedge, is the entry point, but the formation aspect of it, because again, at the end of the day, what we call it profit with purpose. You need to be profitable. The business of doing good needs to be successful in order for you to achieve and successfully deliver on your mission, which is your impact, right? So if it's a matter of planting trees, you need to be able to pay to plant the actual trees, right? Like you need to be able, and how many trees can you plant, right? Like over the course of a year, 10 years, 20 years, right? Like, and that is determined by the success of your business. And again, profit with purpose. So our customer profiles are both businesses and individuals. When it comes to businesses, we look at brands and businesses. It's like, how do you actually incorporate doing good as a driving engine for growth and revenue, not a charity handout, right? A charity handout is like, oh, once a year during Thanksgiving or Christmas, I'm going to write a check and I get a tax deductible donation. Those are great. But actually, how do you build it into the business? Where I use Tom's as an example a lot, where it's like buy a pair of shoes, give away a pair of shoes, right? Warby Parker does it with eyeglasses. For every pair of glasses people purchase on their site or through their platform, they give away a pair of glasses. So they've literally driven into it reciprocity and their impact into the success of their business, profit with purpose, right? Like it's this idea of like, how do you actually use it as a growth mechanism? And I'm sure you talk about this a lot on this podcast, where it's like 78% of Gen Z and millennials say that they do not want to associate themselves with a brand that does not reflect their values. They're willing to pay more money for a product or a service that reflects some type of social impact. All of the data already shows it. These aren't blanketed statements. Like the market's already moving in that direction. So then our NAS program is like, we really work with businesses and brands to formulate what does success look like? What does impact, self-sustaining impact look like? So if it's an app, we worked with a fintech app that has like for every app download, which is usually a marketing budget for cost per download, they donate X amount of dollars to financial literacy nonprofits. So again, their success is creating direct impact, right? So those are the formation aspects of it. When it comes to individuals, it's the same thing, but we also have what's called our network for good products and services, which you already mentioned, where we're really allowing whether it's businesses or individuals to go from 0 to 1, right? So like you, Stephanie, you're a perfect example of like, oh my gosh, I had all these ideas, like we're driven, but like all of these roadblocks. What we want to provide is like, whether it's content service, marketing, media service, even venue discounts. How do you take advantage of the nonprofit world, which are nonprofit discounts for products and services to get you to a point where you can succeed? Again, the formation aspect of it is like really creating the business side of doing good is like content. Like, how do I get, so we have like a content engine service that's like
Mhm.
25 social media posts, a newsletter, basic CRM setup. And it's like normally $1,900 to $2,400 a month through an agency partner that we have. And together with this agency partner, Content Bacon, we created something that's $600 a month that's only available to nonprofits and NAS clients. It's like,
Mhm.
how do we help? How do we get the for-profit market to come in and offer products and services at a discounted rate that really allow nonprofits to succeed and grow, but it's done in a way that it's meant for formation, not just, oh, I'm going to do this for you one time. And then to your point, like you have plenty of people that wish well or say they're going to volunteer, do all these things. But again, life happens, right? People are busy, right? So how do we solve for those problems?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting
Yeah.
here laughing because, oh my goodness, my volunteers, they really did wanna help, but gosh darn it. Not a lot of self-starters is all I'm just saying, really had to be handheld and, I'm very very forceful when I want something done. I've been called a bulldozer in my life. Anyway, but with that said, so if I was a business coming to you, and I wasn't trying to start my own profit, but I was a non-business that did want to start having some charitable outreach, and I'll let you know, I'm actually working with a business right now on their marketing. And part of the thing they've tasked me with is starting to build what they're considering their charitable outreach. Cause I'm telling you right now, Indy, you and I are getting on the phone after this because I think you're about to solve all my problems. But with that said, so if I were to come to you with this business and they have this idea of the sector that they want to be in, specifically, they would like to help families that are dealing with family members that have Alzheimer's. Um, if we came to you then, do you actually help us build that strategy of what that looks like and then actually help us like find the let's say the outreach that it happens, maybe that's partnering with the existing nonprofits that are out there. Like how does that all work? Because it's like and one of the things that I did find back in the day and even now when people are making their donations, they were very much concerned that the donation was going to do exactly what we said it was going to do. So it wasn't just like, oh, it's for breast cancer. Well, what does that mean? You know, so we were really clear on our messaging that, hey, it goes directly to women to help them pay their bills. But when a company comes to you, then how do you make that, I think, connection so that they are able to make their dollars do exactly what they wanted it to and not what I'd like to just be put in like the nonprofit basket of who knows where that money goes. Like every time I hear the words like breast cancer research, well, what does that mean? Like that's such a broad term. And you know, the people that I was working with, like they really wanted to know specifically not only who we were helping, but what areas, what kind of financial disbursement. They were really interested in the numbers, you know. So do you put all of that information together? Like, okay, so I come to you with my client, we want to help, you know, people in the Alzheimer's area. What's our, you know, what can you do for that?
Yeah.